There's been a lot of talk about electric cars recently, mainly because the government wants us to reduce our carbon emissions. But what are your choices if you want to buy electric? Well, they're fairly limited. There's the G-Wiz or the Nice, and not too far down the road there's electric versions of the Mini, Smart and Mitsubishi. But what if you want something with a bit more oomph? Well, how about this from Tesla?
It's called the Tesla Roadster, and it's the world's first fully electric supercar.
Now, you can be forgiven for thinking you've seen it all before. Basically, it's a Lotus Elise with a battery pack where the engine used to be.
That means that when it's fully charged, it's good for a range of around 350 miles, depending on how you drive it. However, it takes around 16 hours to fully charge.
It doesn't look radically different from an Elise, not on the outside anyway, but it does when you get in the cabin.
Okay, so it's just as basic, but look carefully and you'll get an automatic gearbox and a rev counter that goes all the way to 13,000 RPM. There's also a digital display by the driver's left knee, which gives information such as how much electricity is left.
Much like the Elise, you don't get much of a boot. In fact, it's a little bit smaller when you take into account you've got this massive charging cable in it.
So let's talk performance. After all, with a price tag of around £92,000, you'll expect it to be supercar quick, and you won't be wrong. It may only have a top speed of 125 miles per hour, but it'll do the 0 to 60 mile per hour dash in just 3.9 seconds, making it quicker than a Ferrari F430 or Aston Martin DBS.
So the Tesla is pretty quick then, but what's it like to live with on a day-to-day basis? Well, unfortunately, I don't have a supercar to compare it to, but I know just the man who has, and I'm giving him the keys for the night.
This is Ashley Highfield, and he's our Vice President of Consumer and Online here at Microsoft, and he's a real petrol head and perfect for this experiment. He currently owns an Aston Martin V8 Vantage and used to drive a Lotus Elise, so let's see what he thinks.
Oh my god. So immediately it does feel exactly like my old Lotus Elise. Well, not exactly, it feels better put together actually. It feels more solid and of a fair bit higher quality. But certainly the experience of getting into it and sinking right down to the ground, and the feeling of being, you know, well ensconced in the car. The acceleration certainly feels actually quicker than the Vantage. It's definitely quicker off the mark. I think the 0 to 60 this is 4 and my Aston's 5, so I really want one already. And it happens this one to be in grey. I've seen one at the motor show in a lurid colour, and this looks absolutely beautiful. Well, I think I've just found my perfect car. It already feels, from a couple of corners I've done with it, that it would be an awesome track day car. It feels like an Elise, just a lot faster, providing you can get to the track and back without the batteries running out. But it's also the perfect commuting car. You know, it's obviously environmentally friendly, it's quiet, it's stress-free. More importantly, it's congestion charge-free, and then what is it, tax-free? You know, this is, except for the vast price, a brilliant commuting car as well. I love it and I want one.